My name is Charles Washika, and happy to be here. Happy to be speaking to all of you in this inaugural event for CIO 100 DX5. Today, I'll be speaking about navigating the digital frontier, a game-changing forecast for the C-suite. Like I said, my name is Charles Washika, Director ICT and Innovation at Cooperative. Now, if you look at technology, the transformative impact of technology has been so profound over time, especially impacts on business models, customer expectations, and the competitive landscape, if you look at it. In terms of business models, you've seen disruption on traditional industries, taxis, banking, where I come from, even healthcare, including the hotel industry, hospitality. We've seen shifts into subscription models, data-driven decision making, increased focus on digital products and services. In terms of customer expectations, especially right now that we have what we are calling digital natives or even digital migrants, like some of us, people who are born outside the digital era but have migrated into it. So the customer expectations have really changed in terms of how we demand personalization, 24/7 accessibility, convenience, and then a seamless omnichannel experience. If I have to book a flight, for example, I need to book it on my laptop and access the same booking on my mobile application. And when I get to the kiosk in the airport, I need to find my booking there. So seamless omnichannel experiences. The competitive landscape has also changed. I mean, we've now lowered the barriers of entry. A company from Kenya can get into the US market. A US company can get into the Kenya market, can get into the Sudan market easily because of the transformative impact of technology. Now, today I'm here to gaze into 2024. You can see there's the VR or the AR headset that we've used today. Now, as we gaze into 2024, there's so many things for the CISO that they need to be aware of. But today I'll kind of focus on a few. Generative AI. Generative AI has literally democratized what artificial intelligence is. If you speak to anybody now, they'll tell you about ChatGPT. They'll talk to you about conversational artificial intelligence. What happened in the last couple of years, actually end of 2022 into 2023, is still going to scale up in 2024. So what generative AI has done, and most specifically ChatGPT and the likes, is democratization of what artificial intelligence is and making people understand what it is. Green technology, ESG. ESG is a big topic. We see right from government, from private enterprise, green technology. I mean, from a tech perspective, we need to embrace this. We are also going to see companies embrace new technologies faster than normal, and at an even faster rate. And the importance of digital literacy in our companies also, we are going to see that a lot in the workforce. So the demand for a workforce that is very digital literate rather, not just the IT guys in the back room there, but everybody being very digital. Cybersecurity continues to be a top priority, and now we'll see it shifting from being just a top priority to actually an absolute necessity. Those of you who watched CNN yesterday, you saw what the American government was focused on in as far as cybersecurity, even as the elections are coming. And this continues to be an absolute necessity for the C-suite, not just a top priority as we've seen. And then I'll also have some bonus slides on augmented connected workforce and what we're calling machine customers. Now moving on, the AI imperative, where it started from. So it not only introduces new capabilities and efficiencies, the way I spoke earlier, but it also has and will fundamentally alter the strategic direction of industries. Some of the industries I mentioned, if you look at, for example, business models, automation and efficiency. So using artificial intelligence to automate your processes, to increase efficiencies. We'll see a lot of data monetization. So you just don't have data for data's sake. Organizations in existence as for business to make money. So we are going to see a lot of data monetization. predictive analytics, and artificial intelligence as a service. So companies are going to spring up, and they're already there who are doing what you're now calling AI as a service. Customer expectations from an AI perspective, again, we're going to see a lot of personalization at scale. So we've literally had personalization, but now with artificial intelligence, the machines make it even easier to personalize services that you give to your customers, whether in banking, whether in healthcare, whether in the hospitality industry, etc. Enhanced customer services. We're going to see smarter chatbots, and then intelligent products and services. You'll see as I continue giving my presentation later. I was lucky enough at the beginning of the year to attend CES 2024, and you can see the way organizations, traditional incumbent organizations that are not known for technology, not known for artificial intelligence, now using this to move in. There's some few, as I continue the slides, you'll see I've put some words here and there. So there's no question that AI, specifically generative AI, is going to be a big driver of new products and services. Now I'll just dive in a little bit. So there was a poll that was done to about 2,500 executives by Gartner. What is their primary focus for generative AI initiatives at the end of last year and into next year? And you can see the percentages there. So customer experience and retention, so using generative AI and AI in general for customer experience and retention. 26% say they'll use it for revenue growth. Like I said, organizations, and more specifically for the C-suite, we are here to make money really for our shareholders and create value as we create value for our customers and shareholders. So revenue growth, cost optimization, do more with less, or do more with whatever you have, or do more even if you increase your workforce. So cost optimization from a workforce perspective, from a process perspective. So 17% say they're going to use generative AI. 7% for business continuity. If you look at it, business continuity maybe from a cybersecurity perspective, so using artificial intelligence to ensure that we protect our assets. And then 12% had other ideas that they're going to use, so maybe none of the above that I mentioned up there. So this was just a poll to show that generative AI, and like I said earlier, it has democratized what artificial intelligence is. Now, so what are some of the practical uses of generative AI? And I need to keep insisting that generative AI has really democratized what artificial intelligence is. So it just makes us understand the importance, or the the good thing about artificial intelligence, because it was a buzzword in the past, but now we get to understand. So it's going to progress rapidly, both in discovery, scientific discovery, and technology commercialization. A lot of the big tech companies, a lot of organizations commercializing the use of artificial intelligence, and specifically generative AI. But use cases are now emerging quickly, especially in creative content, content improvement, generative engineering and generative design. Things like coming up with PowerPoints, coming up with board papers, generating music. So in terms of creativity, we're going to see a lot of that. I put some examples in the presentation, written content augmentation and creation. So you can produce a draft and then maybe now edit it. Even in law, I know some of my friends who are lawyers who are trying to argue that they cannot use generative AI, but we've seen that they can use it. Summarization of conversations that you have maybe with your customers in your contact center or on your web pages, or summarize the web page just to understand what you can do. Chatbot performance improvement. All organizations now have chatbots, but you can now use generative AI and conversational AI to improve the performance of your chatbots. And something I hold really dear, I saw this last year. I attended a conference, rapid software development. I'll give an example. So for example, companies like Oracle, using generative AI, they have really ramped up and scaled up how they are doing development and rolling out products. So we're going to see a lot of this. and code generation, translation, explanation, and also verification, and also legacy code modernization. Those guys are still using COBOL, VB, etc. So you can use generative AI to really scale up. So again, by 2025, 30% of enterprises will have implemented an AI-augmented development and testing strategy, up from 5% in 2021. So for the C-suite, especially guys who are in dev software development companies, this is a real opportunity that you can grab. So what is the business value for Gen AI? And I specifically decided to focus on generative AI, but it cuts across even for any other facets of artificial intelligence. So enhancing customer experience. So for you or for us in the C-suite, there's a huge opportunity for us to leverage on artificial intelligence for enhancing customer experiences, personalized recommendations, dynamic pricing. So, for example, if you're a lender, you can have dynamic pricing for your e-credit using artificial intelligence, and generally improved customer service. So, enhancing our customer experience across all our touch points, mobile, online, at physical locations, etc. Operational efficiency using AI for process improvement. A lot of robotics going on right now. Predictive maintenance for those guys who have data centers, and then optimizing your supply chain. So again, I mean, you can use artificial intelligence for this. It creates a lot of business value. We're talking about innovation today. So innovative products and services, developing AI-driven solutions that open new revenue streams for an organization. And for the C-suite, I think this is a very important thing that you should look out for. So to create competitive advantage. What I can tell you is if you don't jump onto the bandwagon, and I know a lot of you have already jumped onto the bandwagon, what you need to do right now is just scale up using artificial intelligence now for that competitive advantage. And then finally, long-term talent optimization. This year, next year, going into the future, employees will be distinguished by the ability to conceive, execute, and define ideas, projects, processes, services, and relationships in partnership with artificial intelligence. So for the C-suite and for anybody else watching this, you will need to jump onto this bandwagon. We're going to see this really scale up as we move along this year into next year. Moving on to, so what are the, for the C-suite, what are your strategic priorities? How do I see this panning out? You or we all need to have an AI-first strategy. I know in the past we've had a mobile-first strategy, cloud-first strategy, digital-first strategy, data-first strategy as you come up with your strategy. So prioritizing artificial intelligence in your digital transformation efforts, from product development to customer engagement and operational processes. So I mean, your strategy should really be focused on being AI fast. Initially, in the past, we used to say mobile fast. Building AI capabilities in your organization, so doing a lot of research, upskilling employees, and also acquiring top talent. We are going to see a lot of talent wars that now shift into artificial intelligence. In the past, we've had the chief digital officer, CISOs. Now we're going to see chief artificial intelligence officer. So there's going to be a lot of wars around there. So acquire top talent and upskill your own employees. Ethical use of artificial intelligence. So you need to be crafting policies for responsible artificial intelligence that considers things like bias, transparency, and accountability. Again, yesterday you saw some of the big tech companies appearing on the Senate committee, not the Kenyan Senate, but the US Senate committee, Judiciary Committee, talking about social media and how it's impacting the children and the youth. So ethical use of artificial intelligence is very important. And of course, like any other digital landscape, invest a lot in experimentation, adaptation of these technologies. So encourage this across your organization. By 2026, generative design AI will automate 60% of all design efforts for new websites and mobile apps. So the guys who are in mobile development, website development, this is going to come pretty fast. For the C-suite, what are the challenges that you need to see? You need to stay ahead of the AI trends, attending events like these ones, reading, and there's a huge importance in understanding the evolving AI capabilities and also ethical considerations. So you need to really stay ahead of what is out there. Integrating AI technologies in your existing systems and workflows. When some time back last year we were discussing, I mean, we needed to explain what is AI to some of the people we work with, and some of the organizations that we work with. And there was is AI technology that you need to go and buy somewhere. But AI is really a concept, but it has to be business driven. So whatever workflows you have, whatever systems you have, you're not doing artificial intelligence just for the sake of it. What is the business value that you have? So you have an AI first strategy, the way we spoke about, and then now you integrate it into your technologies. You need to think about governance and then talent and skills. Again, a quote there, AI will affect almost 40% of jobs around the world, replacing some and complementing others. This is according to IMF. So for you in the C-suite, for all of us who are watching, which side do you want to be? Do you want AI to augment, or do you want AI to replace? I believe it's going to augment, but not replacing jobs, as it were. So I spoke about challenges. So what is the future for digital leadership from a C-suite perspective on this particular technology, on this particular concept? So there is an evolving role for the C-suite. So there's need for executives to be knowledgeable about the capabilities that artificial intelligence brings, specifically speaking about generative AI. Having said generative AI really democratized what artificial intelligence is. As a C-suite, you need to foster an AI culture in your organization. This is what is going to spur and drive innovation as we move along, and then have a very long-term strategic plan of what AI means to you in terms of achieving your business goals as an organization. AI is not an end in itself. We do this for business expediency and generating value for our shareholders and our customers. By 2026, over 100 million humans will engage in what we are calling robo-colleagues to contribute to your work. So if you've been using ChatGPT to create presentations, you're already having a robo-colleague. If you're using Copilot Microsoft, you're already having a robo-colleague. So in another 2 years, over 100 million users, and this number might actually grow exponentially. So I think I decided to dive a little bit more into artificial intelligence and specifically generative AI as one of the trends that we're seeing going ahead. So I'll quickly go into some other things that the C-suite should be looking out for, but I'll not go very deep into them. In 2024, green technology is going to be a big thing. We all know the ESG discussions that are going on. So from a technology perspective, is embracing green technology. Some of the big tech companies, they're embracing green tech and will continue to do so in 2024. So for all of us, we need to have strategies around what we're doing in as far as green technology is concerned. When you go to the board and they're talking about ESG, if you are from the tech side or whichever side, what are you doing in as far as green technology is concerned? For example, Google plans to make all its data centers and campuses carbon free by 2030. So as you're at the C-suite, as you're discussing ESG from a tech perspective, I mean, we need to focus on green tech. As environmental awareness grows, according to a company called Statistica, green tech investments in the United States will go from 40 billion in 2029 to about, doubling to about 83.4 billion this year. There was a CEO survey that was done by PwC. 39% of CEOs are concerned about the future of their business and what are they looking at. They believe that switching into, one of the strategies is switching into green technologies will necessarily address some of these concerns. And the fact that 75% of your customers are more likely to buy from you or engage from you or from companies that are fighting climate change. So green tech is something that we see in 2024 being very big. Yeah. So there's going to be rapid adoption of technology. So companies will embrace new technologies at an even faster rate. Maybe you could move my slide ahead. I'll again just skim through this. So we're going to see the digital transformation wave grow even faster. The AI boom that we've spoken about, you're going to see an AI arms race. But most importantly is as the organization, as a C-suite, we need to empower employees to be more digital savvy. So I think we're going to see a faster adoption of technology. And like I said, one of the things is generative AI, which has really democratized what tech is. The other thing, these are some of the case studies. I think I'll not go into it, but just to mention that companies, for example, like LG, we all know they are good in home appliances, but now using tech, they are now moving into mobility. So remember I spoke about changing business models. So a company that was traditionally known for appliances has now moved into mobility, and we're going to see this go further. You can move on to the next. Cybersecurity, the C-suite, we need to continue talking about cybersecurity. Now, shifting from just a top priority, but an absolute necessity. You can move on to the next slide. So there are breaches across the industries: hospitality, finance, governments. You saw what was happening yesterday in the world. So now cyber criminals are now increasingly using artificial intelligence. So as a C-suite, as you now not really a doubt, but make it your priority. But it's an absolute necessity that you also invest a lot in cybersecurity using artificial intelligence. And companies that actually look at cybersecurity as an enabler to business growth are more likely to make more money as we move along. Okay, so I need to wrap up now. Maybe just one more slide. You will have an opportunity to look at the other items. So there was augmented workforce, which we spoke about, and then what we are calling the machine customers. So thank you very much for giving me an opportunity, and I'm sure as you go into your board meetings as a C-suite, what you need to think about as you think about innovation, as you think about digital transformation, is to understand that right now the big thing for us is artificial intelligence and how we are going to use artificial intelligence to create value for our businesses, operational efficiency, and to have exceptional customer experiences. Thank you very much, and hope to see you again soon.